The year has just begun and Bollywood is interested to give you the bite of 15 South remake movies within 12-month calendar. Let's begin with the king of remakes. According to the box office, Ajay Devgn, whenever he is making South movies or remake of South movies, the statistics show that he is always in a win-win situation and his movies performed very well and especially earned more than whatever the expected figures are. So this time he has picked the Tamil action thriller movie Kaithi. It is a 2019 movie. It's about an ex-convict, and after the release, he really wanted to meet his daughter who is at the orphanage, and thus the chaos started once the cop shows up with his own mind games. So it is an emotional movie, definitely a father-daughter one. Remember, he has done another movie also about a father-daughter one, Drishyam, right? So people will definitely watch, especially due to the story, and moreover, the sympathy definitely will be given because it's a relation between a daughter and a father, and in our culture, definitely these kind of things. Uh, the audience will definitely go there. So he has picked a very good topic, and there is another movie that he is going to make. Another courtroom drama, because Drishyam was also a courtroom drama, and the previous movie that I have told, it was also about a police story, and this Naandhi is also about a police story where an IT professional has been accused wrongly, and whatever happens with him during this trial, it's all about Naandhi. And I hope you will also enjoy it because most of his movies are related to cops, and that's where he knows that where his niche is. I hope he will bag a good handsome income from there also. Rajkummar Rao is also in the race of remakes, and this time he has picked a very beautiful topic because I have watched this. The budget of the movie was very less, but it worked very well and earned more than the budget. Hit the first case. It's a story about a cop who is very disturbed with his own life. He is very smart and very intelligent and solves very mysterious cases because of the details that he looked deep into it. And thus, I think the topic is very good and relevant to him because last year he didn't get a good movie. Also, it was all about a comedy horror movie, something like that. But this time he has picked up a good topic, and definitely they will bag a huge money from the box office. Hoping if the pandemic will not hit, he will definitely be in a good position because he is not getting much movies. So let's watch who is next. Allu Arjun's Pushpa, the Hindi release is giving them a headache. Especially the Bollywood is not interested if the South movies are also dubbed in Hindi and are released on the box office, because this will definitely hit the income of the remakes. And especially recently he is also releasing his previous movie. It was 2019 or 20 or last with Tabu, that movie Allah Vaikun. I don't know the name, sorry for mispronunciation. Allah Vaikuntha Pramalu. The Hindi release is already there at the box office because the people are really interested, and the fans will definitely go there. And thus it's going to affect Kartik Aaryan, especially he is in the lead role of this remake Shahzada, and it is supposed to be released sooner. So definitely if people will watch for Allu Arjun, who will really like to watch Kartik Aaryan in the same. And last year also Kartik Aaryan was in another remake that was a South Korean movie. He did very well also, but you cannot expect what the audience will think. Maybe definitely they will keep on comparing. Allu Arjun's this movie came 2 or 3 years back, but once it will go to the box office, people will definitely compare Kartik Aaryan and Allu Arjun, and definitely look at who is more famous, and they will compare. And that have happened with Salman Khan movie also, remember. So if anyone who is taking a picture of Allu Arjun's and he is in the remake, will definitely will be criticized because they are very professional. They are putting their heart and soul in their original movies. So when the authentic or original content is being watched in their own language, why they have to watch the remake from the actor who is not in that category? So let's move who is next. Finally, Varun Dhawan is getting a very good concept because he has been taking the same plot that his father has used for quite long, especially for centuries. He has been using the same, and he is putting his son in different kind of plot, and people really didn't like it. And remember that I like his movie October, and the another Badlapur. His character was amazing. I think his father is just not looking that how good he is as a character, but he is just thinking him as a commodity because it is his product. So finally he's getting this movie. It is very amazing. I know it's called D16. It is a Tamil action thriller movie, and the full name is Dhuruvangal Pathinaaru. In that movie there is a cop who got a case. A couple mysteriously dies, and in search of the answers and questions he loses his leg, and thus he narrates all the story whatever happened at that time also. It is amazing, and you will really see the Badlapur in him now. I hope, wishing him good luck with this, and overall it is good to see him that he has got a good content and good plot. So let's see who is next. Vikram Vedha, another beautiful plot and another Tamil action thriller movie. Vijay Satupathi's and our three idiot guy, what's his name, is R. Madhavan in the lead role. You will really like that story. So it is a cop, very decisive and very good about good and bad. He finally is in search of the criminal, and at one time he comes and surrenders himself, and thus telling him the tale of what happened and what is good or bad, whatever his part of the story is. And you will really be like this one, and it is good to see Hrithik Roshan in this kind of plot also. Before he has done also action thriller movies, and it is good that he has someone from the south to a good plot for him. I hope you really like this. Let's see who is next. Oh, it's recording, it's recording. Hello. After Kabir Singh, Shahid Kapoor is again wearing the jersey from the south, and this time he has picked this topic, and it worked very well. The natural actor Nani, he has performed very well also. People really like the concept of the story, and especially it was a story of a middle-aged man, a father figure who cannot earn bread and butter for his family, and he is always hoping for something, the legacy that he really wanted to leave for his kid. And the topic is good, but definitely it is not a unconventional, unorthodox. It's a very emotional. People will really likely to watch, but they have seen Kabir Singh in a different role, and definitely it is totally 180 different position. So maybe he will be loved or not, but what happened with 83, because it was also about cricket, but the concept is totally different. There is another movie also coming about the women. Anushka Sharma is in the lead role also, and thus it is also coming. Well, let's see what happens with both of them. But that's a original story, and this is that's Netflix is making it. Let's see who is next in this race. Another name is Ranveer Singh. He is a very creative guy, and definitely the plot he has picked, it really worked very well around 2005 Onion. The story is also a Tamil movie, and it revolves around a guy who has a multiple personality disorder, and especially at that time we watched it in Hindi dubbed from maybe Gold Mines or somewhere, and then we found out what amazing character that he has played. Vikram was very good at it, and definitely because he has done I think all his movies he has done comedy, humor, and action, thriller, series, all these. So I think this plot is very good and suitable for him, because the genres he has picked in the previous movies, he has to put all in a nutshell in this movie. So let's watch who is next. After the negative reviews about Radhe in 2021, Salman Khan has should have learned the lesson, but he learned the very hard way. And especially he picked the movie plot from South Korea and get the item numbers or even songs from South Allu Arjun's and even copy the same dance moves also. People are really not interested in this era of OTT networks when they have everything in their comfort zone. They don't want to keep on watching the same thing that they have watched from A-lister or a very good actor. So they will definitely compare it, and then what you have to serve in front of them. People really needs to give their reviews, and I think if he has learned his lesson from Radhe, he will definitely not pick the master. The movie, which is also another Tamil movie, and last year it released, and in the lead role, Vijay and Vijay Satapathy both are doing very good also. So Salman Khan was interested at the beginning that he is really interested to pick this plot, but later declined. But hopefully his team is working on it, and they will likely grab this plot to make. And if they will, people will definitely compare with him. With Vijay, what happened? The story is all about a professor who is alcoholic, and suddenly he is sent to juvenile court or juvenile the prison, and where he found out what's the game of all those drug lords, those who are playing with these kids, and how they use them as scapegoats, and what are the things that are going on. So it is a very good topic, very emotional, definitely, and the people really wanted to see Salman Khan always in a super strong, masculine and stronger guy who is ready to fight, but there is an emotional attachment with what happened with the kids at that time, and in the movie in Master. And I think like what happened with that movie also, remember the girl, the small girl who played a role with it, people really like that also. Hopefully with the emotions people could really watch it, but let's see, because this time people are, especially in pandemic, before they're all rickshawalas can go and watch the movie, but right now it is not happening like that way, because at that time he can grab the audience, his fans can go and watch, and then he can grab 100 or 200 crore. But right now it is very challenging, and especially Radhe came delayed and then released, and so a lot of money will be gone, so he has to place his bet very wisely. So let's see who is next. Apple of my eye, Oscars, definitely think about this actor. Suriya Patru was nominated for a 2020 for Oscars, and this year another movie went for Oscar, Jab him also. So now they know that this guy is doing very well. So Suriya Patru is the topic that has been picked by not Vijay Mallya but Akshay Kumar, and Akshay Kumar is going to remake this movie, and definitely it is a good topic, very emotional, you will really like it. This guy never disappoint you, whatever he picks, outclass and perfect. And it's all about the Deacon one, remember the airline business that he wanted to start, and how the challenges came into a very ordinary person and what he has to go through. It was all, and that bird that he had, he really feels, you could see that if you have a passion to do something, you have emotions about it, and you lose your loved ones also. The beautiful scene that's from Suriya Patru is there where his father's, the rain is happening and it's raining also, and he's wearing a glasses and there are drops on his eye. They make it very beautiful also. And once he reaches there also, so many things, I don't want to give the detail, but you really be amazed, and hoping that Akshay Kumar, whenever he does the cry scene, he will not overact, because you could see him that this is very lack part in him, that whenever it comes to comedy he does it very well, but when it comes to crime he is not gonna to be like Suriya. Hoping that he could do, but he is doing another movie also. Let's see what is the next movie that he is doing. Ratsasan, another Tamil movie. It's action thriller movie and suspense, and it's a story about a cop who found a corpse of a girl, a 15-year-old girl, and they are making a movie about it's a movie about a psychopath who does all this, and it's a very good topic, and definitely the audience will be glued to screen, because throughout all these remakes you could have seen one common thing, that they have picked all the action thriller movies, and this topic is also very good. And finally this guy who become a cop, he's into this case, and he's unfolding new chapter with each and every move, and you will enjoy it also. I think Akshay Kumar has done a cop drama with Kareena Kapoor before, Talash, maybe something like that. I could be wrong also, but it is in my brain somewhere because we have watched this. And this is the first time I am seeing that he is in a suspense movie. He has already done some action thrillers and comedies, but a suspense will be a totally different topic for him after a long time. So let's move who is next in this race. Finally, there is a female actress who is in the lead role, and it is a remake of another Tamil Telugu movie, and starring Bhumi Pednekar, and it is also backed by Akshay Kumar. So literally it is his third movie that he is in the race of remakes. So the story is about a IAS officer, because I have watched that one. She is being interrogated in a castle or somewhere, and it is a haunted house, and suddenly the spirits come, and thus unfolding all the things that were happening there. Some idols were being moved or destroyed, or maybe taken away somewhere else, and all the story, whatever happens, revolves this. There are subplots also, you will really enjoy it. Anushka Shetty was there also. It is a good movie to watch it, and especially good to see that the women is in the lead role. So Bhagirathi is a good topic to be picked, because last year from Bollywood there are horror movies come, but that was a very comedy movie. Rajkummar Rao also did it, and there is also another, but it was not up to the mark. This is very good, because we have seen that there are some topics that has not been touched by entire Bollywood fraternity from both sides, everywhere. Some topics have not been even touched. No one is making movies about horror like in the olden days. Used to watch Amresh Puri movie, Sri Devi movie also, and then 20 Saal Baad or somewhere. I think I'm too ancient to talk about all this, but those movies were very good, and people we really watched at that time on VCR and all this. I know it is still in my brain because I have watched all of them. Why? Because people were very fascinated how they are. And there is another movie also in, I don't know, Mithunda was also there, and it was all 20 Saal Baad, I think, and Sri Devi and Rishi Kapoor was in the lead, where she turns into a snake also, and Amresh Puri was there also. So these kind of people really still like. Okay, no need to talk. I think I don't want to offend, but I really need to talk. These topics were very closer to the culture. So according to the cross-cultural study, people are more fascinated, or they really worship snakes. And sorry for mispronunciation, I don't want to say something, because whatever I wanted to say, like, okay, the culture likes it, so you have to pick the topic what is according to the audience. So it will really be amazed to see something like this. I really hope these kind of plots should really come. So at least the people will really likely to know that what the culture is, what the people really think about it, many things. So okay, let's move to the next one. Maybe I could be wrong, or this topic will divert to some other things also. So let's move. Who is the next? Here comes Ekta Kapoor, because we are talking about female actresses who are going to play the lead role. So this is another movie from South, U-Turn, where Samantha was playing the lead role, and she was an intern at the newspaper. She is investigating an accident that happened, or murder that happened at the flyover, and suddenly found out that she is being accused because she has killed a random motorcyclist. So she is in a quagmire of another thing that's happening in that movie, the plots or subplots, what's happening, the mind games are. And here Ekta Kapoor has taken Alia from Jawani Janeman, the lead actress, and Devgn director. There is someone who is going to be making this movie, and let's see who is next. Finally, we are going to watch Janhvi Kapoor, Sri Devi's daughter, and she has been picked for this role, and the story is from a Malayalam movie, Helen. So it is a very good topic, and especially it's a survival sort of movie, and that you will really be amazed with the story. It's totally unique and different than other movies that we watched. So this girl is working at the pizza shop, because a pizza cafe or restaurant, and somehow accidentally she is being locked in a mall, and that because that restaurant is in the mall, and how she survives throughout the night while her parents are searching, and you could see the parallel stories going on while she is uh, inside that freezer, and she really needs to survive. And what happens, you have to watch this movie. I think she will really nail this character very well. So let's see who is next in the race. Produced by Bhumi Kapoor, Arjun Kapoor is in the race, and this time he has picked a Tamil comedy movie, Kumali. It's all about like a clone, and the movie is all about a guy who is reluctant to share about his emotions for the girl, and somehow he mustered up courage and trying to say his feelings to her, and thus a goon enters there, and thus there was an accident, and he hit with a rock, and he was in a coma, and 19 years later he woke up. Things have changed, father has gone, sister got married, and the things are totally changed where his girlfriend is. So that creates another question for his life. You will really enjoy it. I hope he will really perform very well. And the topic is good, because sometimes we feel like this guy is not made for comedy movies, because he looks like a little macho man. He should really do something like what is that, KGF style movie. Really, I wish sometimes if he could do that, it will be very good. It suits him a lot. Hopefully he will do very well with this. So let's see who's next. Vikrant Messi is in the lead, and for the very first time Vijay Satupathy is getting his first Hindi debut in this movie. So the story is taken from a Tamil movie, Managram, where a countryside guy comes in the city and falls in love with a girl, and he is being threatened by the city ruthless guys, and what happens, it's a revenge drama, and you will see how they create chaos in his life, and you will really be amazed with the story, because if Vijay Satupathy is there, definitely he will pick a very good topic for himself, and his character will definitely give a good boost for Vikrant Messi also, because last year he did a movie also, remember, about, I don't know, recently did it, I forgot it, but it is also suspense one, where he shows that he is already dead, and you will really like this story. Overall, it is good to see that there are almost 15 movies coming in this year. So thought about within 12 calendars, 12 months there are 12 movies, but there are 50 movies. Hopefully, let's see, because all this, when we sum up, they are all action thriller movies, and the audience will really like this. Thank you so much for bearing me for quite long, and hoping you will really like this. Like, share, subscribe. I never said it. Bye bye.